Hey everyone, my name is Wedge and I've got some stupidly exciting news. Yesterday, the entire deck list for Zendikar vs Eldrazi were revealed. In addition to seeing all the awesome reprints coming back, we were also introduced to a few new cards, new mechanics, and one particularly awesome mechanic returning in Battle for Zendikar. Without further ado, try not to pee yourself. We'll begin with Dominator Drone, 2 colorless and 1 black for a 3/2 Eldrazi drone with 2 new mechanics, yeah, 2 of them. Devoid, which means this card has no color, and Ingest. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of their library. Brutal stuff. Also, when it enters the battlefield, if you control another colorless creature, each opponent loses 2 life. Alright, one step at a time. Devoid is a new mechanic that straight up makes the card colorless. That's awesome. Something important to point out, while the card is colorless, its color identity is still black, which means it can only go into commander decks with a black commander. Important to know. Ingest, exile mills your opponent on combat damage to the face. Over time, that's annoying, and if Oblivion Sower is any indication, other Eldrazi will have ways to capitalize on that. Also, Ingest, that's straight up disgusting. You're eating the opponent's deck. Ew. Ugh. Now this is just a 3/2 for 3, but it has 3 abilities and is only a common. I can't imagine the crazy things Wizards has in store for the rest of the set. While this is in the dual deck, it is also confirmed as a preview for Battle for Zendikar. Next up is Forerunner of Slaughter, 1 black and 1 red for a 3/2 Eldrazi drone with Devoid, so again this card has no color. You can pay 1 colorless to give target colorless creature haste until end of turn. Well, holy crap. If there's an aggressive red-black deck in the format, you can bet this is easily a staple in it. 2 mana for a 3/2 or 3 mana for a 3/2 with haste? Yeah, I'll take a million. Great card. I don't even like aggro decks, but this is cool. Not only can it give itself haste, but any other colorless cards you play can get haste too for 1 more mana. Standard staple. Also, I love the runic writing at the top. Brings a lot of color to the card. Not that it needed the help. It's great stuff. Sheer Drop is 2 colorless and 1 white for a sorcery. Destroy target tapped creature. It also has a new mechanic called Awaken. If you cast this spell for 5 colorless and 1 white, you also put 3 +1/+1 counters on target land you control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste that's still a land. So basically, if something has Awaken too, you put 2 counters on it, so on and so forth. I think the mechanic is genius. Reminds me of the kicker mechanic all the way back in Invasion Block. Awaken lets you protect against flooding late game in limited matches, turns your extra lands into beaters. Also, those creatures are colorless since they're lands, so they work with any Devoid shenanigans you might have going on. There is synergy here. The main downside is that the creature is a land forever, which unlike the man lands, don't get to turn back into just lands on your turn, which does make them susceptible to sorcery speed removal. Unfortunate, but balanced, I'd say. Awaken seems pretty sweet. Use a spell, get a creature. Nice 2 for 1, I'll take it. Well, here goes the neighborhood. Retreat to Kazandu is 3 mana for an enchantment with, Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. Either put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or you gain 2 life. Alright, I don't care at all about the card itself. Not even a little bit. It says Landfall. That means Landfall's coming back. Oh boy, I can feel your collective hearts pounding all at once. I know, I'm excited too. I can't wait to see what crazy stuff they pull out of the set now that Landfall's back. Things are about to get crazy. Landfall hype. The last new spoiler, and I'm sure the one most of you will go nuts over, is Veteran Warleader. 1 colorless, 1 green, and 1 white for a human soldier ally, whose power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. You can also tap another untapped ally you control to give the Warleader first strike, vigilance, or trample until end of turn. Have 2 allies, tap them both, and give them 2 abilities. Once you're done crapping yourselves, you can cheer down in the comments. We now have visual proof that allies are back, and that is awesome. I didn't play allies back in Standard, but I have friends who did, and man, they love them. Veteran Warleader seems like an alright card, but if we're being honest, his real value is showing all of us the first ally card from the set. So much hype. In addition to the new Battle for Zendikar preview cards, we did get to see some awesome reprints in the dual decks. Both Consume the Meek and Primal Command are coming back with new art. Consume is worth less than $1, but Primal is $4 or $5. Nice addition with the new art as well. Commander players will assuredly be happy. That's all the news we have for you today regarding Battle for Zendikar. Let me know in the comments what you think about Devoid, Ingest, Awaken, and the return of Landfall. Are you freaking out? Do you not care? Do you need a respirator? Seriously, let me know. Personally, beyond excited for the set. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wow.